Chad. Brother's here.
Mike's here.
Mike,
Yes.
brother Mike.
Yes.
Where'd you guys grow up?
Bones it.
Where'd you guys grow up?
Alberta.
What town?
Hannah, Alberta.
How small was that town?
2,900 people.
How important was music to you guys growing up in a small town, or was it?
I mean,
Kind of all we had, really, going on. That wouldn't get you landed in jail. You could
that's
listen
what
to
you do when the sun goes down.
You got into trouble, didn't you? Didn't you break into your high school or something?
Junior high school.
Did you get in trouble, or was it just him?
Just him.
Is that true?
Yeah, Mike was a good kid. He was usually the one trying to talk us out of, when I'm like, I got this idea. And then you've got your big brother stand there like, he would never stop me. He would just be like, so when the cops show up here, because they're going to show up here, to arrest you, what would you like me to tell them that you're busy doing, And yeah, we'd get in trouble all the time, and he would try and get me out of it.
Well, yeah. I don't know about that, but I would definitely, do the big brother thing and say, what are you thinking about? And he'd be like, no, it's gonna be so cool.
Don't worry, it's gonna be great. Never gonna get caught.
What have you guys learned?
Nothing. Oh, is there more?
Good night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we done?
What have you learned from this relationship as two brothers, bringing into a band, and then essentially a band is full of brothers at that point? What have you learned that along the way has kept the relationship strong through low points, through the pressures of the business? Because ultimately, the thing the band should just do is stay together. Just stay together. So how do you do it? Because when it gets bigger and there's more money and all these pressures come in, you guys are still together. What have you learned?
It was tougher it was just harder in the early days. When you're in a van, it doesn't matter who you're in a van with, but add a family member that you've already been stuck with for the past however many 2 decades. That just makes it even harder. You'd never say something to a friend that you'd probably say to a sibling. So that can be a little, that can add tension. But we always got through it. I mean, Mike and I were never the punch each other in the face kind of. It's just always, the tongue becomes the sword, and it tends to cut deeper than anything from one of these. And I mean, now it's to the point where we just see each other so infrequently on the road. I mean, you get into the dressing room. We've got our own buses, and there's hotel rooms and whatever else. And so you get to the dressing room, 30 minutes before stage, and you get changed, and I'll do my la la la's over the corner, and everyone's talking about what they did that day. It's like, I went over here and I saw this, and we went over and we went golfing, and then we did this, and we went to a gun range and blew stuff up, and whatever it is, and then that's sort of when we see each other and find out what happened throughout the day, and then we get on stage and bring the house down, and then it's off to the next city. And so when you don't get to see somebody all day long and they've got something new, as opposed to sitting in a van with somebody and knowing exactly what they had to eat 45 minutes ago because you can still smell it on them. Because, I mean, when you're talking like tight quarters, I mean, you can't imagine.
Yes,
Submarines,
I know it well.
Submarines aren't that tight.
Yeah.
And
I didn't get past that point.
it can be very tense, and it can be very, there can be a clash going on. Some of the low points.
The low points.
You get past them.
You just
you get past them.
It's like you get every reason in the world to quit, and this job, like a lot of jobs that don't pay very well in the beginning, and you get a lot of reasons to quit, right one after the other, because it's hard and it sucks, and it's not only is it hard and sucking, but it's not really cutting you a check either. It's actually costing you money. We were down into 6 figures at the point when it got the hardest for us. We had our own money borrowed. Yeah. We had
6 figures.
Yeah, we were deep. If this thing didn't go off, we would have been basically paying off a house.
Just flee to Mexico.
Yeah, completely, because we didn't have anything. Everything we had borrowed, or we're living off the kindness of others, through various points in our career, and you know, like I say, there's lots of times where, I mean, I remember gigs, you know, playing at that place in Winnipeg that we played, where
The Royal Albert?
Yeah, I remember going on stage there.
Royal Albert, man.
So sick. I saw 3 hymns on the stage because I had a fever of about 103, 104, and we were playing the show, and I was in the band with like 9 guys.
Beer
you
night,
know?
and they're just smashing the glasses on the floor.
You just don't
Did you
want
stay
to
in the rooms upstairs?
Oh yeah, that could have been why I was sick, but I'm not sure.
We could talk an hour about that.
Very special place. We actually had a drummer once that slept in the bathtub of our room.
I cleaned the bathtub out with my bare hands, and that thing was just filled with everything that could come out of a human.
I don't want to talk about that.
But I needed to take a bath because I hadn't bathed in 3 or 4 days, and this is the glory of rock and roll.
Oh yeah, the glamour.
And you just keep doing it because when they give you that reaction, when you do something, and then they give you the response, that's the best drug in the world. And you were talking about playing a show in Halifax and being so excited, you smashed a bottle over your own head.
Wow. Mom's going to love hearing this interview.
And then got that reaction from the crowd because
you love it.
That's that's the best drug in the world. There isn't a drug in the world that can give you that. And it's that thing that keeps you going, when you're not making any money, when you're sick as a dog, when when everything is mounted against you and there's every reason why you should quit, that's why you keep doing it.
Right. Who's the boss here in this relationship? Because I've heard other things, man.
You can lie off camera, but you don't have to lie on camera.
This is where we're supposed to lie, isn't it?
Exactly. Has he always been the boss?
Come on.
No, I mean, everyone has their own elements.
Yes.
And when it comes to the studio, and I'm coming up with lyrics and ideas and stuff, and that's when I think I take a little bit more of the managerial. I hate to say boss because that's just lame. No one should ever be a boss.
It sucks, right?
Boss just isn't very rock
somebody
and
calls
roll.
you boss, it's like really like
not
kind
very-
of. I am not. It's like getting called fat or something.
It's not very rock and roll.
Well,
And then when
which
there's
I could take.
when there's other things, when I want to have full-grown elephants flying around the arena, and we realize it's going to cost us $1 million a show just for the elephants alone. That's where he steps in and goes, okay. Guys, can we look at this budget? Like, Chad, I know you want to like blow everything up, and I know you want to do all this stuff. But when we take this and we stick it into several different sea containers and we fill these ships and we send it over to Australia and we play and we sell out every single night there and we come back, we're actually going to owe them money.
Yeah, you don't want to go back there. You already owed money. Let's not go back. All right. I hear you.
So that's when Mike, Mike's, he'll come through with that sort of stuff and be like,
Gotcha.
have you looked at this yet?
It's just it just sucks coming off a tour, and it's happened to us. I never
lots of times.
forgot it. I mean, the worst time I don't want to go into because it plays with my emotions to talk about losing money. But go and you work for 4 weeks, and you play for thousands of people, and then you come home and you're like, "Where's my money?" And then you say, "Where's my money?"
And Chad's
in the pyro.
Chad spent all of it on the show.
Gotcha.
It's like
And then
that,
he's just like-
that can't happen again.
I understand the relationship. Mike, you're getting off easy this time, buddy. You're done. We're done with you.
Yeah.
We're going to commercial.
Look at the he's
Just like that.
Just see the look?
Just like that. And then Daniel's going to come in. And then we're going to talk about, we're going to try to figure out which band said they were going to pass you the torch as being the most hated band in the world.
There's more than one.
There's several.
There is.